MVP Kawhi Leonard. I know, people don't like Kawhi these days. He faked an injury and let his team down, but hear me out, think about it. He's in the East now, and the MVP award is always about narrative, and what better one than for him to come back healthy and lead a team to the playoffs. A competitive team nonetheless. It can be this redemption narrative. Full disclosure, I do think he was injured last season, but people are suspicious about it. Either way, the Raptors are gonna be a force to reckon with, and they could maybe represent the East in the finals this year, who knows. The other two MVP runner-ups will be Anthony Davis and Giannis Antetokounmpo. They're both entering like their 6th and 7th season, and they have their own teams, so expectations will be high, but I think they will meet them. And no LeBron James this time. LeBron is always knocking on that MVP door, but this year he will probably take a step back and see what his teammates are capable of, just to get them ready for that 2020 final series, right? Rookie of the Year, Ben Simmons. It's like a super lame joke, but it was right there. What was I supposed to do? But for real now, Luka Doncic. The thing with Luka is that everybody's wondering if all the talk and the hype is legit, because no one really knows. I mean, who watches EuroLeague basketball, honestly? But if you didn't know, he won a championship and the MVP award during his time there. The Mavs are looking for that second playmaker to go alongside Dennis Smith Jr., and I think he is it. He's gonna play PG sometimes, maybe a little bit of 3, and maybe sometimes he can fill that 4th spot for that, oh look at us, we're like the Warriors, a small lineup. Plus NBA media is always looking for that Dirk type player, right? MIP, most improved player. This one is usually tricky to predict, just because by the nature of the award, it's supposed to take you by surprise, right? So I might be wrong on this one, but maybe Goran Dragic? No, he already won it. That guy, he's in Orlando. Doesn't matter, we'll go with Jabari Parker. Here's the thing. Parker was the 2nd overall pick in the 2014 draft. He's going into his 5th season. He has shown flashes here and there that he has potential, he is talented, but those injuries, they just keep piling up. He's in a new team though. The Bulls have a promising young core overall, and if Jabari stays healthy all season long, I am confident he will bring positive attention upon himself. Coach of the Year, Brad Stevens. This is the year, man. Since he made the conference finals with Isaiah Thomas as his franchise player, everybody's praising him like he's the second coming of Red Auerbach or something. But no Coach of the Year yet. 2017, Mike D'Antoni turns a ball hog into an 11 assists per game guy, so he takes it. Then comes 2018, the Raptors fired the coach that just led their team to 61 wins, and the NBA media has to let them know that they messed up. But now, it's wide open for Brad to take it. Unless the Nets win more than 40 games for the first time in like 85 years, in that case the Nets coach is taking it. Executive of the Year, Irving Magic Johnson. Magic and Rob Pelinka have been doing actually a great job as heads of basketball operation in LA. They got rid of Mozgov's and Deng's contract, and of course, if you haven't heard, they signed a pretty big name this offseason. Throughout the 2019 campaign, Magic will continue to show he's capable of being like a great executive. He won't make any blockbuster trades or anything, but the results of having LeBron James on your roster will be enough. 6th Man of the Year, Terry Rozier. Scary Terry was amazing this past season, especially in the playoffs. He stepped up big time during Kyrie's absence, averaging 16, 6, and 6 on that Eastern Conference Finals run. But Kyrie is back and Rozier is back to the bench. He will obviously have a less important role moving forward, but we know he is capable of putting up numbers. I know there will be a lot of players on the Celtics that are trying to get their numbers up, but I am confident in Scary Terry. And finally, Defensive Player of the Year, Joel Embiid, aka The Process. From what I remember, most people thought he was like getting away with the award like last season, but Rudy Gobert got it instead. The 76ers are going to be much better this season, and that's going to have a lot to do with Joel's improvement, and the team relying more on his defensive skills. The whole NBA community loves Embiid, so it wouldn't surprise me if everybody just decides to give him the award basically halfway through the season. I think that's it, guys. Those are my predictions for the 2019 NBA awards. I'll probably talk about the playoff predictions on our video, but just talking about these takes, let me know if you agree with me. I know you don't, like, I read your comments, I know you'll never agree with me on anything, it's okay. subscribe and make sure to click the bell icon, and let me know what you think about that new Venom movie. It's okay, I mean, it just needed to be R-rated, but it's kind of a mess. See you next video.